Good morning, my name is Mr. Naj. I'm the machine shop teacher here at North High School, and I want to take literally just a minute to show you a little bit about what we do here in the machine shop. We basically build things here. So the thing that you need to ask yourself if you're thinking about maybe going into machine shop is, are you the kind of person that likes to work with your head, to solve problems, and to make things with your hands? If that's the case, then maybe machine shop's for you. It is a lab-intensive class, which means you will have a minimum amount of seat time doing bookwork, but we do have to do a little bit of bookwork to make sure that we pass our tests. Anyhow, the project that I'm going to talk to you about today is a seat clamp that we build in the intro class. And this is what the seat clamp looks like when it's finished. This is a 3D model off of our 3D printer. And essentially what happens here is we start off with a piece of steel that looks like this. We go to the first set of operations and we make holes in it that look like this. We go to the next machining operation and we profile out the part to make it look like this. And then we go to the third operation where we go through and drill and tap a hole in the end. So come on with me and let's take a look at some of these operations. So in this operation, I'm going to put my mask on because I'm going to be close to students and I want to make sure I'm wearing the boots. In this operation, what we're doing here is we're going through and actually drilling the holes. And this machine is set up and programmed. It's a CNC milling machine. And the very first step in the operation is to go through and drill a series of holes. We need to make sure we put them in the right place, and everything has to be programmed just right or the machine will crash. And we don't like crashes. So as you can see, we've got the machine going in there doing its thing. It's going to be drilling a series of holes. Now, once this machine is done doing what it's doing, we're going to move over to our next machine. And on this machine, what's going to happen here is we're going to cut a profile around the part. So what's happening here is you'll notice that the machine, it's already ran the cycle, so it's not going to be making chips. That's why we can have the doors open and let you see. But this is what it would normally be doing. And in the meantime, as it goes around like it is, it's going to actually be creating chips and making the part. So that is basically going to be this. When it's finished, it's going to look like this. All right. So now let's go on to our next machine over here. Here we have a young lady that's set up, and what she is in the middle of doing now is she's going to take her part that does not have a hole in the end of it, and she's going to put a hole in it that looks like this. So, go ahead and turn the machine on. Hang on just a second. Let me bring it up to the light. All right, go ahead and turn it. And now she'll come in, and the very first step is she needs to put a center hole in the end of her part. It's going to be a very small hole, just like that. That's all it takes. Turn off your machine, hit your brake. The next thing she's going to do is she's going to use these tools to drill and tap the hole. So, pause right there. We're going to walk over to the next machine. And what these guys are working on here is putting in the hole. You know, this right here is the threaded shaft, and in order for the C-clamp to work properly, it has to have a handle that goes in here that we use to turn it with. So what they're getting ready to do is drill their hole in the end of it. That's all there is to it. Now, let's go back to where we started. We'll talk a little bit there. These guys over here are doing all different projects. You can see some of them are working on layout. Some of them are working on a milling machine. Everybody's doing a little something different. But it's all driven by this right here. This is to us the instructions that we need to make our part. It's called an engineering drawing. And this was drawn here at North High School by a student like the student that is behind the camera right now. She's part of the IED class down in the Project Lead the Way. So it all pulls together in one system to create the part. Hopefully that shows a little bit about what we do at the machine shop. I look forward to seeing you guys all next year. If you have any questions, get with your counselor. They know who I am, and maybe we could get a visit in. Thank you.